If you're giving or hoping to get a drone this holiday season, there are some important safety things you should know about. Here today to share some drone do's and don'ts is cinematographer, camera operator, and FAA drone pilot Timothy Riese. Welcome to ciLiving.
Great, thanks for having me.
So can you tell us, I see you've brought an array of drones.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the drones you've brought?
Yeah, well, these are kind of all my toys, except that one. We borrowed that one from the station. But this is kind of a little history of DJI and all their drones, starting from their first original Mavic Pro all the way to their current Mavic Pro 3 line. And then the biggest thing you're going to notice between these is that the cameras get progressively bigger. This one actually has 3 cameras.
Okay, and the size actually matters as far as whether you have to register them, and from a safety perspective, this little one is under the weight limit, correct?
Absolutely.
So how does that all work?
Absolutely. So this little guy is 249 grams, or just under 0.55 pounds, right? Anything more than that needs to be registered with the FAA, and you get kind of like a license plate, right? So every drone that's bigger than that is going to have a little license plate affixed to it, which is going to have your FAA registration for the drone itself.
And so if you get a small one like this for the holidays and don't need to register it, you still need to take a specific test, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so if Santa might be bringing you a drone this Christmas, the thing you want to definitely do is get ahead of it, right? So you want to go online, take the free TRUST test. It stands for the Recreational UAS Safety Test. It's free, it's easy, you can't fail it. You can actually keep answering the questions until you get it right. But what it's going to do is it's going to give you all the safety information you're going to need to really fly these things safely. And it's actually legally required for you to have actually taken that test.
And so some safety things that you want to think about that are included in that test. Can you give us a few of those examples? Like maybe, I would imagine it's not the best to fly in the house.
No, I mean, I don't know if you'll actually see that on the test because they're more concerned about hurting other people and interacting with air traffic. But flying inside's not normally a great idea for a variety of reasons. But the big issues that you want to make sure you avoid is when you go out with your first time with your drone, people always want to go, how high can I make it fly? And they'll get it up and they'll just hit up and they'll just take it off to the air. You want to stay under 400 feet. That's the general rule, no matter how big your drone is, stay under 400 feet.
And that's because you don't want to interfere with air traffic, you don't want animals like birds to chase it, lots of reasons, and you don't want to lose the drone because the batteries sometimes can go out on drones, right? How does that work?
Absolutely. So just to also add 2 more safety things really quick while we're still talking about safety is the other thing you want to do is you want to stay within what they call visual line of sight of your drone. So you don't want to fly it so far outside of your vision that you're relying on these cameras, and then if the cameras go out, you have no idea where your drone is or how to get it back. So you want to avoid that. Now to go back to with your battery question that you asked, battery life is usually indicated on these devices, then it'll kind of tell you when you need to turn around. However, if you're flying in cold weather, give yourself a good 20 to 30% pad, because in cold weather, the batteries can fail a lot quicker than expected. And if they do, you might be in a situation.
Yes, and I think you provided us with some graphics of some of the apps that you like, right? So
absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about the drone apps that are good for safety?
Absolutely, yeah. So the most important app that you're going to have is called Air Control. And the Air Control app is going to tell you about the airspace that you're currently flying in. Most big cities in the country, even Champaign, has airspace restrictions because of the proximity to the airports. So you're going to have height rules, you're going to have a bunch of issues that you need to be aware of before you take your bird up in the air. And Air Control will not only show you those maps, but it'll also let you apply for what's called automated authorization. And automated authorization, you literally just say, hey, I want to fly here for the next 30 minutes. I'm going to fly 50 feet up in the air. Is that okay? And you hit submit, and 30 seconds later it goes, yep, you're good to go. You need to actually legally be doing that too, unless you're flying in clear airspace. All stuff you'll learn about when you take the TRUST test.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for bringing all of these and giving us all of these safety tips. And if you want more information about drone safety or want to learn more about some of those apps, we would be happy to connect you over on our website at ciliving.tv.